I look like a bit of a mess. And we'll go from there, I suppose. So, my mom and my brother. Thought of it. So y'all, 50. You gotta get out of bed. And hello. I look like a bit of a mess. I've only been up for a little over a half an hour. Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Mallory. Yeah, my name is Mallory. If you'd like to become one of my pals, it's super simple. Hit the subscribe button down below. Ring the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. If you are a returning pal, welcome back. It's 11:37. I just took my medications. I'm about to get up out of bed, get dressed, because I have an appointment via Zoom at 12:30 with a young lady. Like, she could be in her mid to late 20s or early 30s. And she is known on Instagram as a POTS coach. She's over in the UK. And she helps people with like nutrition and exercise and who knows what else. I'll find out after this call. But I need to get up, get dressed, and brush my hair, all that stuff. Maybe make a little something to eat. I need to keep drinking lots of water. And we'll go from there, I suppose. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will fill you in. This kind of works. My hair is very greasy and desperately needs to be washed. It's 11:44. Don't have time to do anything with my hair right now except brush it. That hurts. Tangles and knots in my hair. I don't remember exactly how I found this young lady on Instagram. I think she went by a different name originally. Maybe her real name. But she has a nice name. And then all of a sudden I saw something on Instagram that caught my eye because it looked very pretty. And so she's rebranded herself as the POTS coach. Got me standing with my cardio t-shirt on. Yeah, POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome coach. And she can exercise like I used to exercise, but it takes a while to get there. You have to start slow. The old slow and steady wins the race. You gotta be careful, you gotta take your time, you gotta start by doing things that require either lying down, sitting down, and things that don't involve what I'm currently doing, which is a lot of arms over the head. Part of me thinks how lovely it would be to brush my teeth, but that is a whole other beast in of itself. I don't have to look perfect. You know, I can still lose hair. I don't want to lose hair anymore. So I feel like I look like a ghost. And there's like all this going on. I want to get rid of all of this right here. You're probably thinking I'm crazy and what is she talking about? And pardon every time the camera moves, but like, I don't like my profile. I've never really had a defined jaw like my mom and my brother. But what can you do? I don't know. I was losing a little bit of weight in December pre-Christmas because my mom got sick, so I wore a face mask anytime I was in like the kitchen area or anytime basically outside of my bedroom. And I noticed it was like looser under here, and I was like, oh my god, I think I'm losing some of this, like some weight right here, but it came back. And then I started wondering, like, lymphatic drainage, like could we just like do some of these weird funny maneuvers with tools and stuff and have like a good old massage that makes me look different. I don't know, but I probably do need to eat a little something. I have like zero energy. I am exhausted. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a nap in my future. I think I might be crooked. We're just gonna roll with it. I don't know the exact time I went to bed, but it was in the 5 o'clock hour. Maybe like 5:10, 5:11. Because I remember thinking like, oh, I'll be up in about like 5 to 6 hours. And here I am, and so I got 2 emails, and one was like, please don't use your phone. So I have my iPad, and I think like I do have my laptop. I just never really use my laptop for Zoom. I always use my iPad. So hopefully that will suffice. My mom should hopefully be home around 12:30. Because I wanted her to be on the call as well so she could hear everything, ask her own questions. Like, this consult is free, and all my necklaces are tangled. But if I decide to work with this young lady, then clearly that will not be free. So there's a lot that, we need to figure out, and I have horrible brain fog, as some of you may know. So when it's like really bad, like it is now, I like to have someone who can remember things that I might forget with me to fill in some gaps. And also, like, I share my point of view, but sometimes it's nice to have someone that doesn't, live in your body, who witnesses you 24/7. Because we all don't go around our lives, like, with mirrors around us all the time. So, like, I can't see, everything. But my mom sure does. So, like, if this young lady can get both of our point of views on stuff, it'll give her a better insight into who I am and what I'm trying to accomplish. That is today. And then I think Monday I have a doctor's appointment that's like virtually. And hopefully I'll have some more answers. There's a medication this doctor wants me to try, which we will discuss that. And then she's ordered some tests, and she'll let us know when they're ready to be picked up, and then I can do those at home, and then we mail them off and wait for the results. I feel like I'm a zombie because I am. So if this kind of energy is not your speed, it's a little too slow and lethargic, well, it is what it is. I'm not like this in every video. I try not to be, but in this case, it's way too early. And if I could have gone right back to sleep after my alarm went off, I totally would have. But I'm like, no, you gotta get up and get moving. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on. It's 11:51, and well, I don't know, we'll see. So have some bread. The world's smallest bread, perhaps. 2 tiny little pieces. That's, oh, hello, crumbs and things. Not the best angle, etc., etc., etc. But beggars can't be choosers. I think I'm using that correctly. So you want to get yourself some peanut butter. This is what I do while I'm feeling light. Oh no, I said while I'm feeling lightheaded. No, I am feeling lightheaded and dizzy and awful. Who doesn't get a decent amount of peanut butter? So nauseous. Why am I bothering with this? But don't eat, I'll get more nauseous. The only way to fix it is to eat, which is so hard to do when you're, you guessed it, nauseous. Yep. So, just as much peanut butter as you wish. Set my knife aside. I don't know how riveting this content is, but I'd rather give you something than nothing. Now the secret magic ingredient, kosher salt. Pour some in your hand. I mean, we're talking thick, coarse salt. Doesn't look like it hasn't snowed on your sandwich. You might want to add more. Sometimes I do tend to over salt things. I'm like, ooh, that's a bit salty. But usually I'm like, that's not enough. It was suggested, recommended, I don't know, a doctor said I should be eating 7 grams of salt a day. Do you think I know what that looks like? I do not. I wish I had some type of measuring thingy and I could like measure precisely and keep it like in my salt cellar that I don't really use, but that'd be a great place to hold packets of table salt. Or just like a little Tupperware thing or Ziploc baggie. So every time I eat a meal throughout the day, I can like grab from my stash, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I have a water bottle that's almost empty. So I have one on backup. We got, where is she? Minnie Mouse. Disney Zero Beach. They both have a little hair tie on top of them. Love me some peanut butter. It's delicious. If you've never thought of putting salt, and it doesn't have to look crazy like mine, but if you thought of it or haven't tried it, go for it. So, since I follow this individual on Instagram, we started communicating on Instagram before she emailed me. And she made it seem like the appointment was for today, but really it's for tomorrow. And I'm half asleep, so I'm gonna back in bed. See y'all tomorrow. It's 11:50. I gotta get out of bed, get dressed, maybe eat something, and be ready for my 12:30 call today. and then also something unrelated to my health tonight at 8 o'clock. Also on Zoom, I think, so. Don't mind my messy. Is it messy? Oh, there's a pile of stuff behind me. Don't mind my background. I just got done with my call with the, she goes by the POTS, P-O-T-S. Yeah. Yeah. My brain is fried. I'm exhausted. I'm a tad bit dizzy. That's my life right now in this moment. The POTS coach, and what she does is helps people with POTS or chronic illness, all sorts of unique, interesting things. And she does nutrition and then exercise. But first, it's like until someone's ready to be more physically active, it's like, keeping track of how many steps did you do today, and like, could we increase it a little bit, just like as over time. And then like using nutrition to help with symptoms of postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And so to start, it's like you're committing yourself to like a 3-month like program, and you use like an app, and you have like these videos and things, and you film yourself like doing some of these workouts so she can see like if you're doing proper form and technique and all of that. So like, I'm still gonna use my personal trainer, but I feel like in addition to that, I need like a little extra support and motivation, and more importantly, from someone who understands what life is like with POTS and PCOS, and someone who's gonna like be there to like say, you got this. You might not be feeling the greatest, but like, this is gonna make you feel better in the long run, versus, okay, so today, we don't have 100% to give. Well, let's figure out what we can do. Because as the saying goes, a body in motion stays in motion, and when you've been inactive for so long, or not to the level that you once were, like, it's problematic. And I've been extremely thankful for all the years at the gym, all the training that I've done, because I feel like if I didn't have all that exercise under my belt, like, as bad as it is, like, I could be way worse. And so it was a similar situation with this young lady, that she just felt in her heart of hearts and in her gut that like exercise was going to help her, even though it made her not feel well at first. She knew if she kept at it, she would start to feel better. And one doctor that she saw, was like, don't do that. But she felt like, no, I have to. And so when she finally got her diagnosis of POTS, that doctor was like, thank God you've been exercising, because you'd be in big trouble. So it's just interesting how one of the things that can really help is something that's really hard to do. And some people are exercise intolerant, and it's been a minute since I've like looked into the definition of that and what it means, because I started questioning, like, could that be me? In the very beginning, I'm like, oh hell no, I will not accept that. Like, no, I'm going to get to a place where I can be fit as a fiddle, like, I'm going to get back to like doing some of the things I was doing, like using the machines at the gym, and not just like pedaling for like 5 minutes in my living room while sitting on the couch and just like doing that little like elliptical thing on the floor. Like, let's up the ante, but like reasonably. So found out how she works, got a bunch of information, and I think she has most of the things she needs to know about me. We didn't have time to fully dive into the nutritional aspect. But it's an ongoing, continued conversation. So it's like, I think after the 3 months, if you didn't want to like continue, you'd have to like give a month's notice. Or maybe at any point, if you needed or wanted to cancel, you have to give like a month's notice. I don't know. My mom wrote a bunch of stuff down for me. And so there's a lot to think about, a lot to figure out. It sounds good. Like, I'm definitely leaning towards signing myself up and doing this because she's like, I'm in your corner, like, all the way. Like, I'll be the cheerleader supporting you on and like celebrating in all your victories. And if you need that tough love, I'll give it to you, but I'm not going to beat you up. Like, if you can't do something, like if there's something you can't do, let's talk about it. Let's find a way to, make modifications or pick a different exercise that might be more suited for you today based on how you're feeling. Like, very, very, very understanding. And because she's dealt with these things on a personal level, like, she gets it. It's not someone just trying to like Google stuff and figure things out and like just kind of a guessing game. I mean, it is going to be a whole trial and error to find like these are what work. These types of exercise, help Mallory and make her feel better and be a more functional human being. And like these things we should steer clear of, maybe for now or maybe forever. Like, who knows? You don't know till you try. And then, maybe like what I'm noticing about myself is I need to eat more frequently than I do, because it's like, not every day, if I'm being honest, do I have lunch, because some days I just feel so awful. I do not have an appetite. Like, I don't care to eat. Like, I'm not hungry. Like, none of that. But then, 4 o'clock will roll around and like hypoglycemia kicks in and my body's like, ah, and I'm like, woo, and I'm like, if I don't eat dinner like by 5 o'clock, like I feel like I'm gonna like keel over. But there's been some days where like life's so hectic, not for me in a physical sense, but like my mom gets so like hung up with work, like work just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And we might not have dinner till like 6:30. There was one night we didn't eat till 7, and that was like my first meal of the day, and I'm like, how did I survive? But like if we eat an early dinner, like that'd be like 5:30. And then if I don't have a snack, like by midnight, I start to feel a little like icky and not right. So I'm like, I need like a little protein bar. Like, I need a little something, something. And I always keep like a bag of chips or like a box of like Kind bars, something. I keep food in my room because there's times in the middle of the night where like my blood sugar starts to drop, or I just start to feel like awful, and it's getting worse, I feel. And so the minute, I go to eat something, I start to feel a little bit better. And like I was in my closet, got my comfy beanbag chair, and I was doing some stuff in here last night. Like, I come in here with a purpose, and I'm like, okay, like I'm sharing this book in my Light and Love Facebook group. So like I was sharing, pardon me a second. I was sharing this little blurb. It looks like a pretty picture. So I was just sharing a little bit, and then I don't know if I had whatever else I needed to do. I almost use air quotes. Did I do that it a lot when it's totally unnecessary. But I'm getting better at catching myself. Anything work related. Like, I come, I do what I gotta do, and then, the goal is to, like, go to bed, like, be in bed, watch TV, a movie, stream something, you know, binge watch something, and then, like, get some sleep. But sometimes I'm, like, you know, I'll be laying on this and, like, all cozy, and I'm like, let me just see what's on YouTube. Like, work's over, let's play, and I'll go on YouTube, or I'm scrolling on Instagram, you know, doing stuff like that, and, like, time will fly. And then I start to feel a little, like, weird in my head, and I'm like, oh, and then in my body, and then I'm like, oh, I need to eat. Like, sometimes the first thought is, I need to lie down. I'm like, I kind of am. I'm like, maybe I just need to go to bed. And then I'm like, but I just feel really, like, not good. So I do my buffered electrolyte salt chews, drink some more water, and then I will eat, like, 1 or 2 kind bars. And then I'm like, oh, I feel like everything's gonna be okay. So what I'm learning is I can't go, like, long hours without, like, food. And that includes, like, the middle of the night, you know, 4 a.m., whatever it is, like, however late I'm up. And so something that I want to figure out is what kind of protein can I handle. I know whey protein, like WHEY. I was told I was allergic or I shouldn't have it. And then a lot of proteins, that's like protein powders and stuff like that, protein shakes and all those things, the main ingredient is, like, whey. And I'm like, no way, I can't have that. But, like, why? And then I'm reading these articles like, does your protein shake give you stomach issues? So what I learned is whey has casein in it, and that's and I have a sensitivity to that. I'm allergic to the fat protein found in cow's milk. Is literally one little enzyme that's, like, out to get me. So I'm like, that's a no-go. I tried pea protein pancakes because, like, I love pancakes. And I'm like, well, let's try to make it healthier. And I didn't know. I knew they were protein pancakes. I had no idea what kind. I knew it wasn't whey. And, like, it gave me the worst stomachache of my life. And my mom was, like, looking at the ingredients. She said, oh, this has pea protein in it. That's, like, hard on the body to digest. I'm like, okay, no way. No pea. And I'm, like, reluctant with soy proteins because of my hormones. I don't need things messing stuff up and giving me more problems. But I feel like it's going to be a combination of, like, my doctors coming together and, like, figuring things out, and then this new lovely lady to assist in getting my body back on track with, like, exercise and, like, a little bit of, like, nutrition help. And just, like, having someone to, like, be there 24/7 and to, like, hold you accountable and, like, all that sort of good stuff. And she tailors everything to the individual client, which that was very appealing because it's like, I'm a tricky case at times, so you can't just, like, put me in some kind of a box or a mold because I'm not gonna fit in it. So she's like, really, it's about building a relationship and getting to fully understand you, your body, your likes, your dislikes, what you can handle, what you can't handle, and me just learning, like, how she coaches and mentors, assists, helps, etc. So like, I haven't signed up with her just yet. My mom and I were going to discuss it a bit more, and then see, like, when would be a good time to, like, start, because my mom was like, I'll probably have more questions pop into my head as the day goes on, and so if she does, I can always message this individual on Instagram and say, tell me about this, and this. So yeah. It's looking good. I see my new doctor for the second time. Maybe in like 3 to 4 days. And I'm hoping she'll have a lot of answers to my problems. And part of me feels like I need to just start with the doctor, let her like figure out the right medication, balance out my hormones a little bit, like get my body kind of in like a good, better spot to start all of this, because this month that I'm filming this video in is almost over, but it's been torture and I'm still being tortured, and I think I'm going to continue being tortured into April. So but hopefully not like, is that another gray hair? I plucked a gray hair earlier. It feels like front and center and you could really see it. I have a lot of grays on the left side of my head. And like, look at all that. Good old-fashioned hair loss. Yeah, I'd like my hair to stop falling out, but the weight to fall off my body. And rebuild any muscle I might have lost, and continue to just getting fit, because she has a background in bodybuilding, but, and then, you know, went through her own journey of like, I can't do anything, to let me get back at it. And I'm at a point where I've not been doing enough, and some days it's because I physically just cannot, and I don't have like the right person to be like, well, let me tell you how you can, or to simply say, yeah, today just might be not the day. But what I wouldn't give to get back to like kickboxing, because I have like so much pent up anger and so much frustration that like I just want to take it out on the punching bag. But I also don't want to get myself into any kind of trouble either. So, this is all very tricky. So, I'm getting really tired, but I wanted to film this because I wanted y'all to have some content, and just give you an update on what I may most likely be doing, and then I can share that journey with you all. But yeah, I'm gonna go rest. I need to fix something on my iPad, and I don't know, probably take a nap or something. Anyways, thanks so much for being here and for watching. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell, turn on all your post notifications, give this video a thumbs up, because I'm trying to give y'all something. It might not be riveting, but, you know, doing the best I can with what I got. And leave any of your comments, questions, suggestions down below. And check the description box to find me on social media. And until next time, keep it quirky.